breaks on the battlefield. Armor shines, blades are wielded. Dragons roar, shadows yield. Heroes stand bold and shielded. In the night, monsters creep. Torches light, stakes are steep. Magic flows, secrets keep. Adventurers' promises deep. Roll the dice, we take flight. Blazing trails in dark of night. Roll the dice, hearts unite. In the quest we find our light. Dungeons hold ancient lore. Whispers cold from days of yore. Riddles bold, treasures stored. Champions chase, legends war. Through the storm, we fight on. Wizards cast, we're never gone. Epic tales till the dawn. Our spirits bright lead us on. In the light of the moon's glow. In our hearts we know. Every path that we sow. Tales of valor grow. Old ancient war, whispers cold from days of yore. Riddles old, treasure store. Champions chase, legends war. Through the storm, we fight on. Wizards cast, we're never gone. Epic tales till the dawn. Our spirits bright lead us on. In the light of the moon's glow. In our hearts we know. Every path that we sow. Tales of valor grow.
And welcome, everyone. We are live for a new episode of our amazing campaign. And I just want to welcome everyone here tonight. And I just want to say thank you for being patient. And we are here and ready to go. So how are my players doing tonight?
Awesome.
Everybody's ready to go. Gonna jump right into some stuff after we say what's up to the chat.
Yeah.
Here.
Yep.
Okay, let's see who we got with us tonight. we got
Yeah.
Snitch with his fireball. Kiwi again. She's second. I know Kiwi said that she's going to be in and out of the game, but she'll watch it at like later, like she does sometimes. And she says, "Thought I put a message on this one, but guessing I put it on the wrong one." It's okay, Kiwi. No worries. No worries at all. We have Autumn with us. What's up, Autumn? Thank you for joining us as always. And our number one, Miss Dracula, thank you so much for coming as always. Hey, everyone might be lurking for a little bit, but I'm here listening. Hope you're all having a wonderful Saturday. We are having a great Saturday, and I hope you are having an amazing Saturday as well. And then I know I saw him lurking somewhere.
Yeah, he's lurking.
He was lurking. And a fun tidbit. I think we found out that Aabraxxis does not use Amazon Prime. He uses Temu. He is all about using Temu. So yeah, fun tidbit of information that he left for us. He does not use Amazon Prime. He uses Temu.
There you go. Evil.
Yep, you're right. They both said cheap bastard.
Something
What's up, Nikki? Good evening. I'm
Did you see
hoping
Bitey?
everything. Nope, I didn't see Bitey. Did I miss him? Where'd he go? Oh, there he
How
goes.
dare you? I got you, Bitey. Don't worry.
I'm sorry, Bitey. I didn't mean to miss
See?
you.
See? Uh-huh.
I didn't mean to miss you.
Got you, Bitey. Don't worry. And yes, we love you too, Nikki. Sorry, but she's trying to diss our Bitey. I can't have it. He's our protector in the chat.
My nemesis. My nemesis, Bitey. And we just want to say to Nikki, I hope everything worked out with the bat. I hope everything
worked out with the doctor's office. All your visits.
You're squared away. No bats in the house. No
squirrels, no rats, no snakes, no lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my.
Yes, Miss Nikki was battling a bat last night during Evil, because why not?
Hey, look, and then I got lost internet, and it was just terrible, Dana. It wouldn't let me do clips. Evil's curse, guys. 3 episodes left, and I don't know what's gonna happen next.
I don't even my mom.
See the demon of words got
her
you.
Rosary beads last night. I was like, I think I just need a little extra.
It's creepy.
But so last hangout stream, we basically just talked a little bit about what you guys were thinking about doing, and you guys decided that tonight you were going to start with the Librarian, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we got to take this fallen to him, see if he can get something for us to help us get to the herb for Adalide a little faster at the swamp.
Yes. Oh, and just a heads up, guys, that the next week's schedule might be a little different for the nights we play D&D, just because we have 2 of our players traveling up here to visit me in New York. So we might switch up the schedule just for next week of the nights that we play, and some are going away. So we'll let you guys know in the Discord what the schedule is going to be as soon as we fully figure it out. So just look in the Discord to make sure that you see the announcement of the schedule, so you guys are aware of what nights we're going to be streaming just for next week. So it's just going to be a little different until we get settled, and then we should be back on our regular schedule come the following week. And I also put up all your whispers in the Discord, the breakdown of your whispers. So for my players who haven't seen that, in the whisper channel, it is the breakdown of who you need to see, where you need to go, and what's the first connection to the whisper that you're going to be looking for. So that information is up in the Discord as we speak for you guys who needed a quick reference to your whispers.
Awesome.
So yeah, I think that's pretty much it, and we're gonna jump right into things tonight. So where we left off is you guys had a long rest, and you guys are now waking up the following morning, which is going to be basically day 1 of your 2-day extension of your nice little brain eaters that Faye and Elandra so graciously provided you, as you guys try to figure out what you're going to do about all these new scenarios and new information that you came across during your first night in WallsFar. I think like so much has kind of happened to you guys.
Yeah, we got new NPCs that might be party members, all kinds of stuff.
Yep. Hold on, let me just turn this right on for you guys. There we go. Okay. So, yeah. Is there any questions before we jump to anything from the chat, from my players? Anything that you guys need from my end before we kind of jump right into the thick of things here?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Okay. Sorry, just trying to give myself some.
And let me know, guys, if the music's too loud or too quiet. I can adjust it. I didn't know where to set it.
Okay. So, as you guys woke up within the town of WallsFar from your long rest, and the looming 2 additional days weighs heavy on your minds. During your dreams last night, though not plagued by the Dream Eaters, you could feel them trying to break through the barrier the clerics put into place. When you arrive back at the temple, everyone is there, and you see a look of new doom throughout all of them. Xanios revealed to Thayan that once he does not check in with his shadow leader within the next 2 days, that his shadow leader and his entire camp will march here to find out why. That in 1 week's time, his full army will be at the doorstep of WallsFar, and they will destroy it and kill everyone within its walls. Xanios knows that hidden objects are probably placed within every town and village, just like the Black Orb, as a failsafe in case the death gods needed to destroy them. The ones with strong magics that still kept them safe have most likely been infiltrated in some way, and that is what he was trying to stop. There is no stopping his master from marching, and war will be waged by week's end. Thayan tells you that the entrance to the hidden library lies beneath the Waterfall of Tears, and the entrance is within the high house of the Ladslows, and Jonathan swears there is no such entrance, but his father died in battle before many family secrets could be passed down to him. So you are now in the temple with Thayan, Elandra, the Soulstar sisters, Jonathan, Xanios, and it is daybreak, and you guys are basically going to decide what you're going to do next.
All right. So did you say we were the librarian too? I'm sorry.
Nope, the librarian is not there yet. You have not gotten to his library. You're about to travel there. But is there anything else you want to discuss before we venture?
I was gonna ask the clerics, do they know anything about the swamp that we may have to go to? Any kind of hidden dangers that we may need to look out for?
They do not know of any hidden dangers, but they do tell you that there is a creature that guards the swamp, but he is not evil in a sense. He is just a guardian of the swamp, because when this herb was planted there, the gods created a guardian for the swamp to make sure that the herb was always kept safe, because it was the only thing that could counteract the poison of Aabraxxis's blade. But as of right now, they do not know if a shadow camp has taken over the swamp. They really don't know what could possibly be at the swamp.
Alrighty. At least we know there's some possible swamp creature there.
He's a guardian.
I'm sorry, swamp guardian.
Well, he is a creature, but he's more like a guardian that was just put in place to make sure that, you know.
Do they know what kind of creature it is?
They do not.
Okay. Trying to think, guys. What do you think? Anything you need to ask them? Aldrath?
Do you have a portal to get there?
I did not hear you, Korgoth.
Do you have a portal to get there?
A portal to get to the swamp? They do not know if there's a portal there. That will be a question for the librarian.
If you guys don't have any other questions, then I guess we should take this fall into the librarian.
Okay.
I'm good.
Thayan begins to lead you back to Jonathan's home, and he is surprised to discover that the entrance to the library is hidden within his basement. Upon entering, Thayan tells everyone to move the barrels and boxes along one of the walls, and once moved, he uses chalk to draw a single line upon the wall. Everyone stands back when he gestures, and you guys watch as Thayan holds his wand and places both of his arms out in front of him, with his left palm facing it, and he closes his eyes. He begins to slowly chant aloud the spell to summon the entrance. Open now, I summon thee, I call upon the forces be, to bring the entrance, so mote it be. As he speaks the spell, the entire room begins to shake, as part of the wall begins to crumble right before your eyes, revealing a small, narrow passageway right where he drew the line. You must walk single file the entire way to get to the waterfall itself. And once the entrance closes behind you, a magical orb of light will appear to lead you and guide you through the passageway until you get there. Valerie kind of scoffs and says, the fallen stays in front of me where I can see him at all times, she demands. I will lead the way, Shara says, followed by Xanios, then you, sister, then Sebi, Jonathan, and the rest of you in whatever order you would like. So think of it like it's really narrow, so you're only going to be able to go single file down this passageway. There's not much arm room, so unfortunately, Korgoth, Alderath, it's going to be a little bit of a tight squeeze for you as you kind of... So I hope you're not claustrophobic, because you're going to have a little bit of a... Your wings might be grazing that wall there, Alderath.
Where's my tea?
Nobody made you tea today, so you're going to have to go without your tea.
I need my chamomile tea.
No tea time today.
So Thayan then turns and says, hurry back. I will summon the townspeople for an emergency meeting in the square upon your return, so that we can all begin to prepare for when the Shadow Camp marches. May all your questions be answered. Good luck and blessed be. He then sees you off down the passageway, and once you are all inside, the entrance closes and the orb of light reveals itself. Now it is time for you to go and see the man behind the curtain. As you continue to walk through the narrow passageway to the waterfall of tears, the orb of light illuminates your path. The stone walls that encase you sparkle as the light bounces off of it. It is a tight, straight walk, and the further you go, you can begin to see a small stream of water that begins to flow under your feet. Can you walk faster, Fallen? Valerie gripes as she kind of gives Xanios a hard push forward. He kind of looks back and goes, when are you going to understand that I'm not going to fight you, Valerie? Do not speak my name as if you are my friend. Please, sister, if it's a long walk to the waterfall, so both of you can save your energy. Turn your anger towards the darkness in Aabraxxis, not towards each other. Whether we like it or not, we are all on the same side. So when that changes, we will deal with it. But for now, we walk. Please, sis, she kind of brushes her off. And Xanios keeps saying, I'm not the enemy here. Before they could take another step, Shara stops and turns to speak to Xanios directly and says, I hope that your skills with your blade are as quick as your tongue, because you now fight for us. We are going to banish your Shadow Leader and anything he controls. We are going to stop the Death Gods in Aabraxxis and anyone else who aligns with him. So before we go any further, you need to decide right here, right now, whose side you are truly on. You say that you fell for love and that you protect life, so stop running your mouth and prove it. I will prove to you that I am on your side by banishing the Shadow Leader myself. Shara steps even closer to him and says, is that truly you talking, Xanios Cloudfar, or is it the marked powerless Fallen trying to get my guard down? If you had one chance to kill us or your Shadow Leader, whose life would you take? He looks back at her and replies, I would kill the Shadow Leader either without you wanting me to, if I was given the opportunity. I fell because I was cursed by love, and I have never taken my anger out on any innocent ever. I have only ever killed evil souls, sending them to the dark fate a little earlier than expected. I will not hesitate to banish some more of them if it means to save someone. She continues to stare silently into his eyes, not saying a word, when finally she says, then it is done. You now fight for us. Does everyone understand that? I hope so, because for now, the issue is settled. And she kind of looks back at all of you, like, anybody have any questions? We're walking. So you guys kind of all, because you've never seen Shara kind of get that feisty before. She's always kind of been the calm, collective one. And she kind of, gave you guys all the, all right, we done? Any more questions?
Yeah, I've been ready to move this along. Yes.
She then says, so then let us leave the final decision up to the Librarian.
Agreed.
As she turns around and continues to walk. Sorry, if you hear thunder crashing behind me, good ambiance. Mm-hmm. You continue to walk deep underground, single file through the narrow passageway, where you could finally begin to hear the waterfall crashing in the distance. Who exactly is this being that we are going to see? Jonathan asks. I mean, I have heard of him and his great library, but it seems all of you have met him before. Jonathan like kind of asks all of you, like, have any of you ever met this like am I the only one who's never seen or heard or met this librarian before?
I would say some of us have probably met him perhaps in a dream, but maybe one of our party members knows him personally.
What are you talking about?
I'm looking at Alderath, just kind of like beating my eyes at him, like, speak up.
Wake up. Nope.
I think she's giving you a nudge there, Alderath, like nudge, nudge.
I know.
And welcome, Caleb.
Backhand.
Reynolds,
But
our karaoke friend.
Hi, Caleb.
Sorry.
And then Shara kind of sees that you're a little off put by the question, Alderath, and she goes, his true name is Tissio, but to most he is known as the Librarian because he is the keeper of the world's largest and oldest library up until the Shadow World took it over. They attacked while he was gone, and by the time he sensed anything, it was too late. You could find anything there in regards to the histories of our entire world. From books to scrolls, relics, art, and so many artifacts. Anything you could think of was there. And if not, the librarian knows where to find it, Shara replies. How does one being keep track of all that history without losing some of it along the way? Everyone eventually has to grow old one day, and then what? Most of you kind of like smile because you kind of know there's something up with it. You're so kind of naive to the world that he just has like these questions that, you know, anybody would have. Really being, you can tell he's been really closed in his entire life. He hasn't been far out from his town. He hasn't really seen much of the world. So he really only knows very little of things. So you guys kind of all like chuckle and laugh because he's just so kind of naive to the situation at hand.
Don't talk about things you don't understand.
And then he kind of looks and goes like, what's so funny? Like, I don't understand. Like, it's general, it's questions. I'm not as versed as you guys in the world.
Well, it's better to let him answer any questions that you have, but just know this: you have to respect is earned, but and not given. So just as long as you show respect with him.
And Jonathan kind of gives you a nod. And then Valerie says, it is said he has been here since long before the life gods and will continue to do so long after they are gone. He prides himself within his mystery, and he is a hard one to figure out, Sebi adds. Like kind of, and Axon kind of chirps like, yeah, like this guy's, nobody really knows what he's about. There's not too much information in the world. So then Jonathan asks, so none of you know where he truly came from or how old he really is? And all of you trust him?
Well, he saved me from near death of a nightmare. That was pretty helpful. And he's going to help us hopefully get these worms out of our head. I see you've been shacking up. I understand why you've been shacking up with these fallen, but how dare you question our motives when you essentially have not warned anyone, and now some could say it's your fault that this battle is come upon us through this town.
And you kind of like, and Jonathan kind of like stares because he knows that basically that's true in a sense. And then Xanios kind of chimes in and says, how are all of you so confident that you could bring balance back to a world that is given up more and more, that is giving up more and more each day? There is no will left among anyone. What is left out there? And, I still say you have all lost your minds.
Because life is about balance. Sometimes the scales tip one way, sometimes they tip the other way. But life always balances itself out. And if you're so keen on giving up, then you might as well end it here and now. correct?
you might as well go back to Aabraxxis.
And then Shara kind of looks over his shoulder and with a smile and says, "Don't worry, Xanios. You will have all your answers soon enough. We finally have an advantage that the death gods will never see coming." And he kind of like, "Oh, well, now I can't wait to hear your little plan. That will most likely fail, but I'll be patient."
If you're
I'm
so
just staring at him. I'm just kind of like hard staring at him. Like someone like you. Again, y'all are shacking up with evil and you're questioning our motives while we're actually trying to save things. What's your problem, dude?
And even Valerie kind of says, "I cannot wait to hear." She's like, "I cannot wait to see the look on your ugly face when we do." And she kind of gives him another hard push forward, like, "Keep walking."
That's right,
So-
Val. You tell him.
Yeah, she kind of like gives him like the little, like, shut up push, like, just shut up and walk. And then the sound of the waterfall grows louder as it beats against your eardrums, so you know you are getting close. Then up ahead, Shara finally sees an opening at the end of the passageway, about 30 yards in front of her. "We're almost there. I can finally see the opening that leads to the waterfall." Jonathan then, like, he gets all gay. I don't know whether to be frightened or excited.
I was just kind of
It's like,
chuckling,
I don't know, like-
giggling at him.
Yeah, like, kind of like it's like he's got.
Is this your first time seeing like something magical or something exciting?
And he replies and says, I've seen magic. He's like, but nothing like this. I didn't even know that this entrance was in my base. Like, he's basically.
You need to get on top of your town, man. There's a lot of things you don't seem to know.
And he says, my father died when I was only 13, and when I took leadership of this town, I was still a child, and I had no one to really guide me. My uncle helped me, but he really didn't know much about the town either because nothing was entrusted to him. And he said, I really just, nothing was passed down to me. I lost my father before any of that could happen.
Well, you still need us to try to figure out how to get on top of it because, man, there's a lot going on that you don't know about right under your nose.
Sounds like an excuse.
And then Valerie kind of says, Tissio is not someone that you need to fear. He is a friend to all who are good. If you ask me, it should be him asking that question to you, Fallen. And she, again, nudges him forward because she really does not like him very much.
Before we actually go get closer, kind of just thought about this. We have some items that might draw more attention to our location. And this is supposed to be a somewhat secret location. Like the amulet, the Black Souls amulet and stuff.
If you want to leave it behind before we enter, you just spoke up before we entered into the mysterious waterfall.
Yeah, it just kind of clicked.
Back when I said, does anybody have anything else they need to bring up before we enter?
Mad at you now, Jim.
Well, you know what? Nobody else thought of it.
It's not my amulet. It's your amulet. Your responsibility.
Wait,
Is this thing glowing? Right? I'm looking at his amulet. Is it like beaming or something right now?
No.
Okay.
I'm not the only one with the amulet. You know that, right?
Who else has an amulet? Well, that's right. We totally did. We never seized it off of him.
No, you did not. We were going to address that tonight.
Hello, Kate.
So,
Val, oh my God. Can you steal this amulet off his snitch before he goes crazy evil? Seriously, Val, we might need you to don't kill him, but you might want to grab it off of him. And I'm getting my arrow ready to put him to sleep if need be.
Hey.
So, Snitch, you gonna give up that amulet, yeah? While we're getting ready to enter into the librarian's chamber.
I don't know.
Since we're addressing this now, Valerie kind of turns and says, I knew the big guy had an amulet, but you mean to tell me the little one has one too?
You didn't see
What?
him grab
It's
it
shiny.
off of the
I was warding and protecting Adalide.
there was a lot going on.
Hey, I at least I never hit the fact from you. I had it. It's really shiny.
It's been displayed on his neck the whole time. We just
Yeah.
never noticed, I guess. There was a lot going on in the battle. I just
Yeah.
noticed he had it again around his neck.
Yeah.
Well, I suggest you hand it over before Aabraxxis can sense it and use it.
So who are we gonna hand it off?
Shiny.
Someone good.
Yeah. You can Scarlet heck. Oh, why would that?
Can we give it
As the
to-
thunder crackles louder in the background.
Can we hand it to one of the clerics for now?
Well,
Until
we're
we
in
get to the librarian?
I'll hold it.
I don't think
Well,
that.
you're kind of in the waterfall, so your
I
only
forgot they're not
options
with us.
are either Shara or Valerie.
Can we give it to Shara
Yes.
for now until we get to the librarian? Or like
Here,
about
I'll
to
just
step
put
in
it in
there?
this bag.
Well,
It
I'll-
doesn't work.
It doesn't work that way. It still talks to you whether I think you wear it or not.
right.
We were going to address that when we got to the librarian. You're just doing it now. So
Okay.
No,
It just
I'm giving it a Korgoth. Here, buddy.
Quick side.
yeah, that's not going to work either.
Yeah.
Give it to Valerie.
Well, no, but will it turn Valerie?
I
So,
say
like-
Shara only because she seems mild tempered.
She don't know.
It is safest with either Shara or Valerie.
I would say Valerie, because at least she knows how to fight, so if anybody tries to steal it from her, she can fight
She's
them
my
all.
friend. Pass it to Korgoth.
Korgoth, please hand it over to Val or Shara, your pick, before we have to take it from you.
No, I think I'm.
I think it looks good on me. I don't know.
Oh,
Good
shit.
on me. I don't know.
I don't know. It looks pretty good on him.
All right, I look at Val. You might have to get it off Korgoth.
And Valerie turns to you and says, either give it to me now or the librarian's going to take it.
Maybe you might want to give it.
I think I should.
Yeah.
See what else I can do with this power with him.
Damn.
So what are you doing?
It's the most expendable.
Take it off and here, catch.
And Valerie catches it as you toss it to her. And she kind of places it in a small pouch she has on her belt. When you arrive at the end of the passageway, you emerge one by one to an underground cavern that is hundreds of feet high. The walls were filled with chunks of crystals, protruding out of it at every section, in various colors, sizes, and as the light hits them with a rainbow of colors dance across the cavern. The waterfall itself pounds downwards into a large freshwater stream that flows out under the wall to your right, and it flows under the entire town, giving it its endless supply of fresh water from several large wells that you've seen throughout the village, throughout the town. And all of you kind of, you've been walking for a minute, so all of you kind of walk over to the stream and begin to take a drink from it.
It's so
Waterfall-
refreshing.
It's a spring water, like it's natural spring water, and this is how like the town's still able to thrive because it just has this endless water supply. The waterfall starts at the very top of the cavern and seems to almost start out of nowhere, pounding directly like downward from the wall, flowing down, and all of you take in the beauty that you see. Even Xanios is kind of like, wow, this is, I've never seen anything like this.
Oh, it's just miraculous. Cannot believe it.
And then once again, Jonathan says, where did this come from?
Open your mind up, yo.
Like,
A lot.
like, where the hell
The oven weed.
Like we said, man, you really got to get on top of your city.
Just keep smoking that weed. You know, you don't need to worry about it.
And he kind of says to you, I left my pipe at home.
Oh, come on. I was going to ask if you have any on here.
Party foul.
You know, it's
I hand him a little paper. Yeah.
That's great. I'll loan you my cup. I'll loan you my ale cup, magic cup, because you know.
so as you guys all begin to slowly walk towards the waterfall, Valerie suddenly spots something moving behind it. And you see her touch a bracelet on her wrist, and you see her whisper directly into her bracelet, calling for her sword. And it appears within her hand, but she kind of has it behind her back. All of you see her, and she puts her fingers to her lips, like, quieting you. And all of you slowly ready yourselves, except for Xanios, who has no weapon. So he kind of stands behind all of you. Valerie signals to you by motioning her hand for you to stay put, as she slowly takes a few steps forward, alone, putting one foot in front of the other, creeping towards what she sees. When two large beings jump out from behind the waterfall, with their weapons drawn, ready to take down whatever they encounter. "Who are you?" one of them shouts. "State your business here and now," the other shouts. Valerie sees who they are and pulls off her hood and reveals herself. "Put away your weapons and show some respect to your general and high priestess." The two moon soldiers quickly comply as they immediately recognize her and sheath their weapons. One of the soldiers steps forward. "We apologize, General Soulstar, but that is how we greet those who are unannounced to us." And she kind of looks at them and goes, "That's an answer I could live with, but we are here under urgent matters and must speak to Tissio immediately." She then touches her bracelet again and tells her sword to leave her, and her sword magically leaves. A light then suddenly appears from behind the waterfall, and a few moments later, the waterfall begins to part down the center and expose its belly. Then an older being, gray with age, walks out from within it. He is carrying a long white staff as tall as he was, that had a flawless apple-sized clear crystal ball cradled at the top of it. "You are late. I was expecting all of you hours ago," Shara Soulstar, High Priestess to the House of Moon, but I suspect he had something to do with it, as he kind of gestures to Xanios, as well as the ambush of Aabraxxis, which I'm still trying to figure out how he grew so strong with his limited access of power at his reach. But I like to keep your soldiers on their toes. It's quite amusing. Now come, we have much to discuss and a very short time to discuss it all in. Let's go, follow me. And this being who's assuming to be the Librarian, he kind of directs you with his staff, not giving anyone a chance to say anything. Adalide does not have much time, and now that your cleric has his book and is deciphering it back with the clerics of WallsFar, there will be much to do, and time is working against all of us. He then rushes you all inside, and the waterfall closes behind you, and the orb of light disappears, and does not follow you. And his staff begins to illuminate to kind of take up the source of light. And the two moon soldiers go back to guarding the entrance of the library. Tissio stands over 6 feet tall and is covered in these worn gray and white robes that are kept in place with this thick black belt. He has long gray hair that falls to his mid-back with a long, full gray beard that falls to his belly. His forehead is filled with wrinkles sitting above these bushy gray and white eyebrows. His eyes are light gray, and his age and wisdom pierce out from within them. As you guys try to keep up, he taps his staff against the ground, and chandeliers above you instantly burst alive on their own. And they continue to turn on as the further you guys walk down this cavern. Now you can finally see these massive bookcases, each standing 20, 40 feet high and 40 feet wide. There's just bookcase after bookcase filled with books, scrolls, and all sorts of other items that at first glance to you guys almost seem endless. You're surrounded by all these bookcases and shelves, and you're just kind of and when you look down any of the little narrow hallways, you don't see an end in sight. That's how massive this cavern is. And he says, "It's good to see you again, nephew. I am glad you took the potion for the Dream Eaters I sent to Thayan to buy us some time. I did not foresee that Aabraxxis already has had the tip of his sword, and it holds a great poison that not even I have a true remedy for. But long ago, Coralon helped me to create one, and the swamp where it's grown is now overrun by a shadow camp, and they're looking to destroy it as it is the only cure for his poison.
So that ain't good. We got to get there and do something about that.
So is there anything that you can help slow the poison and speed us along to the locations?
And he says, we will discuss all. Keep following me. And then Jonathan kind of like whispers, like, you know, he's trying to be discreet. And he goes, how did he know we were coming? Like,
he knows a lot of stuff, man. He's very smart.
And then even Shara kind of says he has his ways of seeing things past, present, and future. No one knows the true extent of his magics, but then again, no one has ever questioned him about it before either. And Tissio kind of like chuckles and interrupts, having heard every word. He says, I may be old, Jonathan Laszlo, leader to WallsFar, but I am not deaf. And instead of how I knew you would be coming, you should focus on why you were chosen. I know many things, and I am the keeper to all of the world's histories, and I have picked up a few things along the way. He then stops short, and he takes his staff and pulls the crystal ball close to his lips and gently blows, and its light illuminates brighter, and the chamber reveals more of itself, and the bookshelves go deep into the darkness beyond the reaches of his light. And Jonathan's like, this is so fucking amazing. Like, he's like, this is so awesome. Like, his mind is like blown right now.
I kind of call it Librarian. I think it's worse than we fear. He's got access to the keys. He knows about the key pieces, and his people already have one for the Dark Dragons brothers.
And he kind of turns to you and says, I know, and we will address all of this. But we have much to prepare for, as there is a battle looming in the near distance that will start a chain of events that will change the war as we know it. Tissio then walks past a few more of the other bookcases before he shines his light and his staff down the aisle, and a table sits. You see a long table, and it's got like just enough seats for all of you, almost as if he was expecting all of you to be there. So he says, cookies. He says, please take a seat and let us begin to talk.
Did they make cookies and tea since he knew Alderath was coming? I mean, it is his uncle. He knows how much he loves his tea.
True. He says, as all of you sit down, Tissio reaches into one of his pockets and pulls out a decent-sized pouch from within it and places it on the table. And with a wave of his hand, it turns into several more pouches. And he tosses them to each of you with animal companions. And he just kind of tosses it to you, and it has like, it's tied with a black rope. He says, I know that Axon will enjoy them as well as each of your companions, for I know that I do, and I believe each will enjoy their favorite treats. So Sebi's the first to open up his pouch and looks inside and sees it filled with like these nuts called, they're Makalaush nuts. And Axon begins to like go nuts and chirp because he's like, he can smell these nuts, and he's just like, oh, where'd you get these? And Sebi is just like, this is his favorite treat. And each of you kind of follow suit, and you open up these little pouches, and they're like, whatever your animal's favorite treats would, the pouch is filled with them. Aww. And then he says, do not worry, each pouch is special. It will never run out, and it will always be filled every time that you open it.
And this pouch was called again?
It's just a magical pouch filled with just like, he enchanted a pouch to always be filled with your animal's favorite treat.
Awesome.
And even Sebi's like, thank you. So this is like, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Our animals are going to love this. And I like open it and let my owl, I don't know what his favorite treat is. I'm trying to think. Oh my gosh. I think of an owl, and he likes like rats and other things. They eat meat. So I guess some meat, raw meat, just appears in the pouch.
Yeah, it would be like maybe like a dried meat of some kind, you know, like a whatever you think that they would eat. Maybe it's like a jerky of some kind.
Yeah.
Unlimited supply of chickens. Yeah. The whole-
Yeah. He got some dried chicken jerky.
Let's just say, Korgoth, when you
Live.
open up your pouch, there's a whole chicken in there.
Yes, that's what I was getting at.
You
Live.
hear it just like just fucking like his chickens
Yes.
feathers start going everywhere.
I can hear the smile of the beholder in my house. Like, all right, hold on, later. No, not now.
Yeah, he's like, feed me now, Korgoth. I see the chicken. Do not deny me chicken.
The top of the bag with him.
And welcome, Star, our lovely Star. Glad you are hanging out with us
Star.
tonight.
Yes, Bitey, a nut pouch. If you must. A nut pouch.
There
Yes,
you
it is
go.
a pouch.
All
filled
right,
with
I'm
nuts.
marking it as that, Bitey. I'm gonna call it the nut pouch, and then it'll underneath it description magical pouch that never ends.
Do I get a
And
pouch
basically,
too?
for you, Lila, when you open up the pouch, like all you have to do is like say what animal you want to give something to, and the pouch will reveal that animal's treat.
Okay. They each have a pouch.
Do I get a pouch or do I get left out?
What do you have?
Anybody who has an animal companion.
You got a snake? Well,
Yeah.
Your snake
Oh.
won't like a
Yeah.
little mousey
And
come out
zombies.
of there?
Hey, zombies
What do
need
you-
to eat too every now and then.
There's
And a
some
crab.
Well,
dead.
it would just be for your animal companion.
You're snaky. He
snake.
gets some kind of like little mousies or something.
No, he's a bit bigger. He needs he needs something else.
What do you? Well,
Maybe
what is
like
it?
I don't know.
Giant rats.
No. This is a big
Maybe a
snake.
rabbit.
Yeah, probably. I have to feed him a couple of those then. But
There you go. So you guys all kind of get this like nice feeling after, he makes this gesture. And then,
Thank you so much.
Xanios kind of just like, he sits down, and it's like, how do you know so much about all of us? Let alone knew that we were coming here when none of us knew until a few hours ago. And I do care for an answer. And he kind of like gives like the librarian like this look. And the librarian's like, it only matters what I know, not how I know it. He replies with like this cocky smile. And he was like, I was not there when the shadow camp attacked. And when I arrived, it was pointless to fight them right then. I allowed them, and then because now he's like explaining to you, like, because Sebi says, like, how are you able to save so much from the Great Library? It was taken over. It must be quite a risk to like go back and forth and gather stuff from there. And he goes, I was not there when the shadow camp attacked. And when I arrived, it was pointless to fight them right then. I allowed them to take it. And when the time is right and all the pieces are in place, I will be given the chance to take it back. But for the time being, I do what I can to save what I can. Half of what was on the main floor had spells to call them forth, and the others I would sneak in and out as I could. Lately, however, it seems I cannot do the same thing twice. It has been becoming more difficult every time that I try to do so. Some of the shadow creatures are now able to sense magic, and overall, they are becoming smarter and more organized than they ever have been before. They forge weapons and armor and organize patrols. Someone has also begun to teach them how to communicate with each other, creating a language for themselves. There are still many powerful magical items still hidden away, and they are safe for now. But I noticed that they have these amulets that have been able to control these shadow creatures. And I can sense that they're with you now.
Yeah, we may have come across a few. We got 2 of them in our party. Matter of fact, someone you know very personally may have one.
So I'm
Wrong
gonna,
game.
Other than that, wake up.
I'm still staring at Alder. Like, are you going to speak up? Ever?
He's pretending like you're not talking to him.
some things
Beaming at him like, come on. I had to give him my shiny thing for you.
Val, I kind of look at Val as well.
So I'm gonna show Tissio the amulet, and say, I hope we didn't. I hope we didn't help give them the location of this place by.
And he says, "Do not worry, nephew. This place is warded, and as soon as that dark magic entered this cavern, it was negated." And Xanios then's like, what do you think you can block the power of like Aabraxxis? And like he's like, this is insane. And Tissio gets up from his chair and walks over to Xanios and proceeds to lift him up out of his chair using only his staff. He pulls him close to his face as this serious look falls over us. "You want to know what I know about you, Fallen? I know more than you think I do, and I despise your kind with every ounce of my soul. But you are different, just like the Tiefling, and I do not need to invade your mind to find out anything because I already know everything. You fell for love, and since then your heart has been blackened by the endless loss and pain you carry. You ache more and more each day, slowly losing the last grip you have on your former self. You have yet to shed innocent blood, hoping that one day the life gods will return and free you of this burden and give you your wings back. And trust me, if it were not for that fact alone, I would have melted your flesh and bones from the inside out, slowly allowing you to feel every ounce of pain I could inflict when I first saw you. So bite your tongue when you speak to me. Now sit." And he kind of smashes Xanios back down into his chair, and Xanios kind of like, and it like shuts up for a minute.
Told you.
At least we do have one of his fallen friends with us that we can play with. Who knows what information he may give us?
I've sensed that there was a fallen, somewhere, but I wasn't too sure how you kept him contained.
I'm sure not easily. I'm sure the way things go, that it just seems like they always get right out of our hands as soon as we get ready to bring them to you. So hopefully this one sticks.
And then
pop it out of the little container. We kind of show him the container and look at Lila to kind of like pixie him back.
Yep.
And then Shara like says, do you see any enemies amongst us? Like, is all who are here, can we trust one another? And he kind of looks at all of you and he says, from what I have seen, yes, we all want the same thing. Each of you were chosen for different reasons and different paths, and each of you play a vital role in stopping the plans of the Dark Lord. I always had my suspicions he was behind all of this until he revealed himself. I had no true proof. He has reached the dark gods of the worlds of the outside, far beyond the reach of most within this world. And he is closer than ever to freeing himself. This war is no longer just about the death gods and just about your daughter. There are once again outside forces trying to bring forth the end to not just our world, but all worlds.
It seems like the dream world is being very prominent lately. A lot of weird dreams.
And he looks at you and he kind of gives you this look, and he's like, how much do you know about your parents?
A little bit. Not much, but I know there's this weird voice or thing that came in a dream recently. He said he's coming back, but I haven't seen him before. And then, I don't know much. I know a little bit. I know a little bit about my mom, not much about my dad.
And he looks at you and he's just like, that dark pull that you feel within your dreams, within all your dreams, that's your father child. And he is a darkness not of this world. And he is a true ally of Aabraxxis. And the power within you is why you were created to begin with. You can reach places in the dream realm that your father cannot access. And if your father, along with Aabraxxis, can claim the dream world, there will be no stopping them.
Oh my goodness. I'm just kind of taking it in for a moment. I grab Lila's hand and I'm just like, I don't know what to do for a minute. I just need a minute.
And even like Shara's sitting there and she's just, she could sense the pain you're feeling, and she also comforts you in this moment.
Thank you. It's just wow. What so
Her dad is a Scorpio.
yeah, I know. Sorry. I'm also trying to keep up with the chat. Ooh, I'm trying to be a character and read the chat here. Yes, that was funny. Sorry, thank you. It's possible. It would fit a little too much. Yeah, oh man. So how do I stop him from, like, is there anything I can do to block him?
There's nothing you can do to block him, but we must save Adalide so she could teach you the ways of the Dreamwalker so that you could connect with the Dream Realm in its full power and help Ibelin to make sure that he stays locked away forever. It was the only way we were able to stop him, was to lock him away within the nightmares of nightmares. And with every death of a Dreamwalker, his prison grows weaker and weaker. Hence why Aabraxxis has sent every dark force he possibly has to kill every Dreamwalker that walks among the world.
We can't let him win. So we definitely need to get to the swamp fast. Do you know of any portals or any other fast travel?
I do not know of any portals, but I do have a little bit of magic that I should be able to open up a temporary rift that will get you there sooner. But once it closes, you will be on your own to get home. I could get you there, but you must get yourselves back.
Well, guys, I guess it's better than nothing. Is there anything else you have for us to help us in our travels?
Yes, and before... I'm sorry, I just realized my dog is sitting on my feet and she's killing me. He kind of looks to you and Shar says, before we go any further, she's like, I have information in regards to my daughter. And as Xanios is very confused, he's like, your daughter, what does your daughter have to do with any of this? And that's when she tells the Librarian that her daughter has chosen her preserver, and there's a sacred scroll called the Scroll of Ithia, which has revealed itself to Nissa. And within this scroll, unfortunately, it was revealed that Aabraxxis was able to turn a 4-circle dark. Her name is Ithia Vansiv. She is the only 4-circle that ever turned dark. And that was because she was tempted by Aabraxxis himself. And it was revealed to Nissa that they have a 4-circle, and Ithia is the one who destroyed the order. And both Alderath and Tissio both kind of grow enraged by this information. And Tissio is just like this is the first time you're actually seeing him get somewhat like, he's not happy, because this is supposed to be the most sacred line of the light in the world. And to now hear that Aabraxxis has turned a 4-circle dark, he is just, you could see he's a little out of sorts.
Well, how did he do it? I mean, I don't appreciate this dude. turning people all left and right. Got Xanos, you're turning, falling. What's wrong with people? Shall not fall for his tricks?
And you could see that he like in this moment, it's almost like his magic was, and all of you can feel like Aabraxxis. He's like this, I don't know, like this sound in the back of your heads. And he's basically just taunting each of you in this moment. And Tissio can sense it. And all of a sudden he smashes his staff like against the ground. And the whole room begins to shake and rattle just from the immense power that he is, and you could see that like his magic has gone back up, and he's very powerful, and you guys all sense his power within that moment.
Whoa.
And
that's
Tissio
great.
says, enough. We must be on the way to end this war. And he walks over to one of his bookshelves, and he proceeds to climb up to one of the shelves, and he magically kind of sends down items to each and every one of you. And I believe that each of you got the items that I sent you, and Tissio presents each of you with a gift.
Gift.
He comes back down, and he goes, for you, Tiefling, the arm blades of Sehanine herself. Within them hold the magic of the moon and her most fearsome blades within them. For her chosen, they are for you.
Thank you. This is going to be awesome.
The Titan stones they're called Titan stone knuckles. They are created out of the heart of a fallen earth titan that Cord destroyed himself, making it from his heart. And they are the fiercest. I think they're like, actually, damn it, I didn't upload all the images. I have images of all of them. I will put them all up in the Discord. I forgot to upload them today. I'm sorry. And they're like, bracers? And
Bracers.
yeah, they're called the Titan Stone Knuckles. And then for you, Lila, Pixie Druid of the Sacred Myaliki, she grants you her bow.
Thank you.
For you, Alderath, the charm of Bahamut himself, the greatest dragon outside of our world.
I lean and say thank you.
Thank you, Uncle.
We do have one thing we have to talk about privately, though.
And he nods to you and he says, we will. Guys, give me 1 second. I just have to get something from my dad.
And Aabraxxis, you're wrong. The librarian does not suck. He's the best.
I don't know.
Suck.
I don't know, man.
What are you trying to say here? You know he's like standing right. The librarian's going to take you out. I can't wait to see him power through you with his staff. I don't know. That sounded weird. Never mind.
What the hell?
Oh, this is. You know what? We're just going to leave it. We're just not going to talk about that. No.
Yeah.
Let's see. The charm of Bob Ross. You can paint happy little trees. No component cost.
No,
Yes. The charm. That is actually pretty funny. That would be awesome.
Take Titanic White. Dab some of it there.
Thank you guys. Sorry.
Aabraxxis is just being foul. He's talking about the librarian. I don't appreciate it.
Is he now?
He is.
And then this librarian guy sucks.
It's like he Messing
The
with
charm
things.
of Bob Ross. You could paint happy little trees with no component cost. And then to you, Snitch, he gives Matthew's greatest invention. It is called the Beacon Orb. And with it, you will be able to locate and find Matthew Nova.
Nice.
And then he goes over to Xanios. And before he allows Xanios to unwrap this giant, it looks to be a sword, Tissio walks over to Xanios and he says, with your choice, it needs to be pure. And you cannot do that with the mark of a fallen. So Tissio takes his hand and places it over Xanios' forehead. And Xanios begins to writhe in pain. And you could see this blackness almost seep from his pores and this shadow just leave him. And he says, with your choice, you are now mortal. But it comes with a cost. If you are ever to shed innocent blood, you will be banished back to the feet of Aabraxxis. And you will be punished, and he will kill you most likely because he knows that you've turned on him. So Tissio has turned Xanios mortal. So he's no longer a fallen. He is no longer a fairy. And he says, when you find the life gods, they can restore your wings. And Xanios, like this, you could see almost a smile, like a relief pour over him. And he is like, I pledge myself to stopping Aabraxxis. And he turns to all of you and he goes, I am in your servitude. I will stand by your side for as long as it takes. And Tissio proceeds to give him a sword called the Sword of Purity. It is a magical item within my world that every time he takes the life of a shadow creature with it, it absorbs its soul before it could be banished back to the death pools, adding to its strength. So they will die
pretty cool.
Permanently.
That's pretty cool. You gotta let him make some of them death blows.
And he says, is there any questions before we part ways and get you to the swamp?
I don't think so. I think anything else can wait till we get back.
Whenever you have a moment, we need to have a discussion this year.
And Tissio says, what do you need, nephew?
It is about my sister.
And he says, I am aware of your sister.
Is it true?
It is true.
And why haven't you told me?
I could not let it hinder your quest. You're too important.
Well,
I am fighting every day to get her back. I know that you are saddened by my dishonesty, but know that I have been searching for her every day. I couldn't let it hinder your quest to make sure the Tiefling and the group is saved. You have to keep this group together. It is up to you to make sure that Aabraxxis fails. And you cannot let him use your sister against you, I will find her. Be sure of it.
Well, something that was told to me long ago is, once you lie, how do I know when it's the truth? So
I did not lie. I just did not tell you. And to be fair, nephew, you never asked. I too thought she was dead. And I wasn't sure if she was still alive. I had no proof.
all right. I'm gonna kind of. You can see the disappointment, but I will do what I
And he
have to
kind
do.
of places his hand, over your heart, and you can feel the sincerity coming from him.
Gonna kind of acknowledge it, but also, pull away a little bit, showing a little
Coldness.
coldness. So
That is fine. And he says, let your anger for me wait for another day. The world is at stake, and we've all lost loved ones. We've all lost those we've cared about. And Aabraxxis has many as his prisoner, not just your sister.
I'm gonna acknowledge it, but not everybody is important to me.
But there are others at that table who people are important to them.
I understand.
And he has beings connected to each and every one of you. Because that's how he's going to use them to get to you. And he is going to tempt each of you with a lost loved one.
No, I'm just gonna kind of look at him and say, how was this all decided? How did he know to come after our loved ones?
There's a lot I don't know with how Aabraxxis is doing what he's doing.
He's got a lot of Noka witches at hand.
Does she
Sorry.
hear this conversation?
Sorry, I forgot it was a private conversation. I thought I was muted.
No, because I'm trying to think if I should respond to that, because I don't know if you're letting her hear it.
Well, we didn't really move away, so we kind of asked while we were there, so I would assume that, we're basically...
So then all of you heard that I just said he has loved ones of all of you.
Who do I have left other than my sister's family? We got her mom.
Tissio kind of just puts his head down. And he informs you that your mother did not die in childbirth.
Wait, what? They didn't tell me that. I was told a whole totally different story. Wait a minute, what? I look at my sister, I'm like, wait. I'm sorry, I'm eating a candy pizza. Like, one of them gummy pizzas. I look at my sister, I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all told me my mom died. What's going on?
Okay, that's what they thought. And Tissio has no further information about it, but he knows that Aabraxxis has someone claiming to be your mother.
Interesting. I don't know how to feel about that because I don't know. That's scary. It's a scary thought. Nobody else, everybody else is just quiet. They have no idea. They just don't know what to think.
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
All right, old man.
Who's my loved one?
I haven't figured it all out yet. I just know that this. All I know, I just know about his. But all my research and my own little spies have told me that Aabraxxis has taken many. He knew about you. He knew about my chosen and the chosen of the gods. He's been one step ahead of me this entire time. And I am trying my hardest to regain the upper hand.
Yeah, that seems to be where we've kind of been with it, the situation as well. I know he's got the teller. I'm sure you're aware of him by now. And I don't know. He's got a lot of Noka witches and some powerful. Oh, wait. And you know of the orb in town, right?
What orb?
The one in the tavern that's connected to Lolth.
And by the look that you see on Tissio's face, he did not.
They didn't. We thought they had informed you by now. What is up with the information around here? I thought we had gotten that to you by now. Wow. I apologize. I would have led with that.
No.
Yeah, in the tavern where I look at Xanos, he knows about it a little bit. He helped build it.
And Xanios replies, I did not help build it. I was just told to build the entrance and build the room.
Either way, you were involved. Oh, and this Fallen, I think, knows about it as well and might have information on it. This other
What
Fallen
would you
that
like
we
to do
have.
with this Fallen?
Oh, we would love for you to be able to get as much information. I don't think our powers are strong enough to do anything to him. I mean, we know he's a fallen cloud fairy, but I'm sure his powers are stronger than ours at this point to get inside of his mind.
Yes, Tissio turns to you and says, leave him with me. I will find out everything he knows.
Gladly.
Well, he's in my bag, I think, right? That's when I shrunk down.
Mm-hmm.
And you hand over this little tiny Fallen in your little tiny box over to Tissio. And Tissio, just like being an asshole, shakes it. And you hear this like tiny squeaky voice screaming from. And Tissio just shakes it.
What about the amulets? How do I make it stronger to control some of the shadows?
When you arrive with the Solsar sisters to where they have to take her daughter, ask the queen of the Wandans. She will be able to guide you how to control the amulet. So now it is up to you whether you guys want to do the swamp tonight or you want to do that on another night. Do you guys want to continue or do you guys...
I mean, we can start the swamp if you want to tonight. I don't know how far we'll get through it or what it all entails.
Sure. Do you want me to at least set up the board?
Sure.
I have one more question for the long-beard man.
Okay. So I am just going to mute myself and...
I think Korgoth had a question real quick.
Yes, mighty orc.
Yeah, since I have the teleport stones. Do you have like a map, scroll, or anything of places in the world for Faresta that has, that way I could jot it down, my notes here. Because, in your vast knowledge of library, do you have any locations around the world?
And Tissio kind of informs you, and he looks because Char's also asked him because they are looking for the Book of Maps. And Tissio turns to all of you and says, once we rid Famosi of the shadow creatures and the shadow camps, if you venture with me to take back the library, I will get you the scroll that you need that can locate portals and see portals, and I will help anybody else once I get my library back.
Okay. All right.
So if we can rid Famosi of this impending war and clear this region of its reach from the shadow world, will you quest with me to save my great library? And I have endless wonders that could help each of you there.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, so just talk amongst yourselves while I set up the board.
And thank you guys all for joining us tonight and hanging out with us for some D&D action. Let's see what we got.
So, loved ones. Overrated, am I right?
Speak for yourself. We don't. Do you not have loved ones you care about? Maybe.
Titania, can you just boot the camera showing the board for right now?
I sure can. Give me just a second. There we go. I don't know. Maybe some of your family survived that fire.
Yeah, no, I buried them all. No one survived that.
Who else do you care about?
None of your business.
Well, you brought it up.
Yeah. Rob, how your dead mom ain't actually dead.
I know, right?
Weird, ain't it?
That's kind of cool. Hopefully, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Probably not going to last for long, though. He's going to use it against you most likely, and most likely kill her in the end. Because you're going to be the goody two-shoes and, probably not do the thing that would save her.
Such little faith in us and how we can actually make things right.
Well, no, I have too much faith in you to do the good thing. It just, it's a bit
Doesn't mean my mom has
bad.
died. She is alive.
No, she doesn't. But come on, Dark Lord, he's gonna be a real slimy person like that.
I'm
Trust
sure.
me, I've had his taint in my head. I know what the fuck goes on in his
So
head.
that's what your problem is. Are you still hearing the song?
What song?
I wish I could play it right now, but I don't know if I can.
No.
I haven't gotten permission. It'd be funny though.
It would be funny.
It would be funny.
Not dead yet. Yep.
No, that's right. So there's still hope. Still hope.
Little to no hope, but hope.
You look at it as empty as you like.
Yep. So what would you do? Hypothetical. Because I need to know whether you're gonna fuck up my hunt or not.
Mom, what?
I need to know whether you're going to fuck it up. And
Fuck
you're
what
gonna side with him. Hypothetical.
I
Said he
haven't.
offered
I
no
haven't
money.
wanted to do. Well, first of all, I know what my mom was fighting for, so she'd be very disappointed in me if I just casually gave up.
Yeah, I would agree.
But it doesn't mean that I still can't save her.
Yeah, but what are the costs you willing to do that for?
I don't know. What are the costs? Are you willing to do things for the ones you love?
No,
Clearly, he has something on all of us.
Yeah, I think the librarian's bullshitting when it comes to that.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
And no offense, the all-knowing librarian didn't know quite a couple common knowledge things, so
You sound a little like
I like a
Xanax
little
over there.
faith in him.
Whatever. Yep. Nope, gotta remember how to say that guy's name. Sounds like you want to be a fallen.
No. I have no desire to join.
No.
He has asked me time and time again to join. I have denied him every single time. So I think I've at least proven myself there.
Guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Just have to wait and see.
Let's see what we got.
But no, if you are going to betray us, I will have no hesitation in killing you. But I hope you have the same thing for me.
Let's see. I'll play a clip for the fine folks out there. Let's see what we got.
Dungeons! Chambers! Whoa! Evil creatures! Treasure chests! Doorways! Traps! Yeah! I'm in my element!
If only we could be in that kind of element when we go through the dungeon.
I am.
And zipping through it just like Ben. So, what do you guys think when we get to this swamp? How do you guys want to, like, y'all want to stay on the path, or do y'all want to, like, have something scout ahead? Because we know it's going to be overrun with bad guys.
I think our best bet is to stick together, because if we split up, we're weaker.
I have been stockpiling so many explosive devices on me, I just kind of want to nuke something.
You think we should stay to the path, or Lila, do you think, like, just, I know I'll stay together, but, like, stay on the path, or
I
try
would stay on the path.
Okay. Because we don't want to, whatever this herb is.
That'd be a long walk back. Well, actually, no, it'd be a ride back because I have horses.
I don't think we know where the herb is. I still have that map of, what was it? Hang on.
Look, Aabraxxis, I already have enough going on in my head, alright?
I got map of the mind's eye, which lets us, I think, see sort of what's in the area. So we can see what kind of monsters are around or whatever, I believe. So y'all just want to just straight go in battle, or no stealth? We're just walking up in the swamps.
Run in, guns a-blazing.
Alrighty.
Keep up the map for a second.
I will in a minute. She told me to which map?
Like the world map.
Oh.
Like the swamp or whatever.
Okay. How about this? Let me the swamp is at the very bottom right corner, little green circle. I gotta get it pulled up on my computer to really hang on.
Yeah, zoom in if you can.
In just a second.
Okay, so there's no. I was gonna say there's the closest portal nearby. We take that back to.
Rohill is the closest portal.
Shit.
He said he had a temporary rift.
Yes, but once we enter, it's gone, or we have to find our own way back.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's a 2-day journey to Rohill.
There's gotta be a portal nearby. Unless,
See what you guys are saying in the chat. And it's Aabraxxis, of course. Yes, Finn. Yes. Yes, Aabraxxis is a fan of Adventure Time as well. No, you love Adventure Time. And it's okay, Aabraxxis. You can listen. You just can't act on your impulses.
yeah.
There's rules. Even for you.
Spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
My brain.
Yeah, just for you, Aabraxxis. While you guys are thinking about things. Something else for him to look at. Let's see, I gotta get a good one. Here, this is for you.
You can't hurt me. I'm a radical boy on a mission for the crystalline.
I'm going to unzip your skin and wear you like a little coat.
Unzip this. Bleep.
I love some Adventure Time.
Do any of you guys have ritual spells for teleportation from one place to another?
No, I don't.
Actually, I do.
In fact, there's something missing here. One of us should have the ability to do something like that. Or
I think I have a ritual for it.
Oh my goodness. So guys, let's see. What else can we talk about while we're waiting? Hope you all are having an awesome Saturday. It is the weekend.
Yeah.
Torgoth is properly drunk. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
No, I was. I mean, I still am.
I know I was. I mean, I still am. Damn it. I have a reputation to uphold.
I just haven't felt that refueled yet. Like, you know.
You guys want to keep your mirrors out too. Remember, I guess, to still check for any hidden monsters.
You could always just go invisible and just say, go invisible and just be like, you know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we need to get through as fast as we can, so.
That's, yeah, we get there by the temporary portal, but coming back is going to be the main issue.
Hopefully there's a portal there.
That's what I'm thinking. It's a misty swamp.
Mm-hmm.
And she said there's a guardian there.
Yes, a creature that is like a guardian over the herb.
Hopefully guardian might know something.
Hopefully he's cooperative.
Mm-hmm. He better be.
I hope so. I don't know. If he's not, I don't want to have to hurt him.
He might have a missing leg. You limp it around. Or it might not be a flesh wound.
Mm-hmm.
If you get that reference.
It's just a flesh wound.
Because when we get, however we can get to Rohill fast, won't be a problem because there's a portal there and there's a portal to right outside.
Yeah.
WallsFar. No, we have to hope and a prayer.
you might just have to come down to that.
Yeah, probably, because I mean,
If the librarian's keeping rumors about trapping, can he just be like, hey, open up another portal back?
I don't know how we'd be able to talk to him.
As I said, this librarian is incompetent at best.
Or
And I'm trying to think of another way. Like, the only thing I'm hoping for is the portal. Otherwise, we just, I don't know, man.
We ride him back. In style.
I know, but we may not make it back in time. We only have 2 days.
Unless we shrink everybody, except for me, y'all get in my pouch and I get on the boulder because he can fly and just fly in the high in the sky and just go flying back to Rohel faster and then just take the portal from there.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Possibly. It is an option.
Yeah. Because he's always floating.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what else we got.
Another way to torture people by putting them on the boulder and making them go straight up in the air. And then, you see them both splat down.
Mm-hmm. See what else we can play. I'll play another clip real quick. Trying to decide.
Shenanigans.
Want to hear shenanigans? Because we love some good shenanigans.
Yes. I was watching.
Can't lump us in with that fucking Martian.
We're all in the same boat, fellas.
But our shenanigans are cheeky and fun. Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic. Which makes them not shenanigans at all, really. Evil shenanigans.
I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
Hey, Farva, what's the name of that restaurant you like with all the goofy shit on the walls and the mozzarella sticks? You mean shenanigans? Oh. You're talking about shenanigans, right?
Put those away!
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. I love that show they have. Tacoma PD. Actually, they just ended that show. But yeah. So hopefully there's a portal there in the swamp if the Guardians, cooperative.
If he's even still there. I'm assuming he's still there.
Oh, he's a Guardian. If you leave your post, that kind of looks bad on him.
Well, I mean, like if they hadn't killed him because it's overrun with shadow creatures.
They would have needed a reason to kill him. I'm assuming they don't know. I don't think they even know we're looking for a plan. Technically, so this shouldn't be too bad.
We're gonna find out.
Or plan B, do the boulder flight.
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna get ready to give him his chicken?
Oh, thank you for reminding me. Maybe I don't know if I'm allowed to take him out in this establishment. Oh, great beard over there.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how much Val's gonna appreciate it, but the baby's got to eat.
Yeah, well, I'm about to throw a chicken at her and watch him eat it.
Throw a dead rabbit.
Besides, didn't she come out in that other battle that I came on? She said nothing. She was too blinded. Unless.
Mm-hmm. What's up, guys? Let us know in the chat what you guys think about where
You
we're
can go ahead and
going.
add the camera back.
All right. Let me remove. Hang on. Ooh, we got a map. Oh my gosh, there's so much, guys. Where's this guardian? Hang on. Let me pull this up a little bigger.
Okay. So the rift that he's going to be opening up is going to be over here. And then where the herb is located is surrounded by a magical barrier. And you know what those mean. Enchanting crystals. And the little guardian trying to guard them is right there.
And now these creatures are they're outside of the barrier, like trying to get in.
Correct.
Gotcha.
That is correct.
And I think our idea is to go in guns a-blazing. I believe is what we plan on doing. And who's all going to be with us as far as party members go? Who's staying behind with the NPCs? Are they coming with us?
That is up to you.
I mean, I would love to have Val with us. I don't know if Shara wants to stay back or come with us.
Shara will probably stay back to maintain Adalide.
And then I don't know if I'm trying to remember the name. I know I'm gonna say it wrong.
Zanios. Yep.
If he was going to come with us. Do you want to come prove yourself to what you've done and maybe help out a little, show off your new weapon?
Eddie says, sure. I'm never going to say no to a fight. Ed Valerie says, well, if he's going, I have to go because I have to make sure that he doesn't fuck up.
Well, perfect. Then let's go fight some shadow creatures, shall we?
So now, do you want to do this tonight or do you want to save this for Monday or Tuesday?
That's up to all you guys. I'm okay. I mean, I don't know how long this will take us, but I'll leave that up to the party.
I don't know. Farmer says maybe just leave it for Monday or Tuesday.
If you want to, it's up to you guys. I mean, if you want to leave it to Monday and Tuesday, so we have, this is the first thing we have to do, and it's just like, you know, or we could do it tonight. It's up to you, whatever you guys want to do.
Because you know me, I like fuckery.
Okay.
So it's not just going to be a straight.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a straight, simple fight then.
That's up to you guys. Like I said, it matter to me either way. I'm down for whatever you guys want.
So why don't we call it here so we could have a fresh start, fresh eyes. Monday, you guys have seen the board. You can make your plan, and then we can have the big battle on Monday or Tuesday. We will let you guys know in the Discord which night we are going to come back for the big battle, and we will end it here. Just, I know it was a lot of story tonight. It was a big exposition with the Librarian. I know it wasn't a battle-filled hack 'em slash 'em, but it was a big part of the story to get a lot of information out. So thank you guys so much for dealing with the story mode of D&D, which sometimes, yes, can get a little in-depth. But thank you to the chat. Thank you to everybody who came and hung out with us tonight. And I guess we'll let you know whether we're gonna do Monday or Tuesday stream this week.
Awesome.
So any last words from my players before we say goodbye to everyone?
No.
Thanks for coming.
Yes, and don't let Aabraxxis get your dreams.
Yeah.
You must resist him in his darkness.
Fireball.
Battle alone.
So until the next one, guys, everyone be safe. Don't let Aabraxxis get you. And we will see you on the next one. Good night, guys.
Night. Bye.
Good night. Have some ale.
Breaks on the battlefield, armor shines, blades are wielded, dragons roar, shadows yield, heroes stand bold and shielded. In the night, monsters creep, torches light, stakes are steep, magic flows, secrets keep, adventurers' promises deep. Roll the dice, we take flight, blazing trails in dark of night. Roll the dice, hearts unite, in the quest we find our light. Dungeons hold ancient lore, whispers cold from days of yore, riddles old, treasures stored, champions chase legends more. Through the storm we fight on, wizards cast but never gone, epic tales till the dawn, our spirits bright lead us on. In the light of the moon's glow, in our hearts we know, every path that we sow, tales of valor grow. Old ancient war, whispers cold from days of yore, riddles old, treasures store, champions chase legends more.